Britney Spears extremely worried over Justin Bieber and his safety and mental health. We got to talk about this. But before we get into it, hello, my name is Sebastian and I spill pop culture tea videos every single day. So if you're looking for a new messy best friend, honey, you have found me. I spill pop culture tea from my very sparkly closet, and the whole vibe on my channel is like we're on a FaceTime call. So listen, grab yourself a snack and a drink, girl, because we gotta talk. Happy Sunday to all. I am so grateful and thankful to be here. And listen, Britney Spears, Justin Bieber, worlds colliding. Let's get into that because I was not expecting this, but there are new headlines reporting that Britney Spears can't help but worry about Justin Bieber, best friend. So let's read this together. Britney Spears worried about Justin Bieber. We gotta talk about this. So the headline reads, Compassionate Britney Spears supports Justin Bieber amid rumored marital drama. Britney Spears' maternal instincts have kicked in as she offers a watchful eye and quiet support towards Justin Bieber. She's reserving judgment, but of course she's hearing all the talk about him struggling and can't help but worry. She's not the type to try and interfere or make assumptions, but she has let it be known to their mutual contacts that she's there for him and for Hailey too, if he needs anything at all. She understands more than anyone how the world and the pressures of fame and the industry can tear something good apart. She still remembers the first time she met Justin when he was just a young teenager, and as a mom of boys herself, she can't help but feel maternal towards him. Britney is the most compassionate person you could ever meet, and she just wants to do anything she can to help ease Justin's pain. She is very clear that she doesn't want to do this for any sort of publicity, so she's keeping this all very private. But her hope is that she can somehow offer him some solace and support. She is praying for him and ready to help if he or Hailey wants to reach out for any reason at all. Now, if anyone understands the pressures of fame, is Miss Britney Jean Spears, born December 2nd, 1981. Baby one more time. Oops, I did it again. Britney in the zone. Greatest hits. My prerogative. Blackout Circus. Femme Fatale. Britney Jean Glory. Okay? Britney Spears, this is why I always tell people when they want to make fun of her, they want to say something smart, do your research. Look at what Britney Spears had to go through. Just going to the grocery store, going to the gas station, going to pick up her children from school. Britney Spears was the most photographed woman in the planet, chased outside of her home. So if anyone understands, is Britney. And I really do hope that Justin and Britney get together. Honestly, I would be so grateful if both of them reached out. You know, I'm sure they both can understand one another very well. Started very young, were the biggest names in the whole entire world, were praised, and then were dragged through the mud. Listen, Britney Jean Spears, okay? Child star, ultimate pop star, ultimate pop queen. I mean, Britney Spears has broken so many records. Britney Spears has sold out all of your favorites. Britney Spears has been the blueprint to many, okay? And if there was no Britney, there would be no Christina. There would be there would be not a lot of people. Let's just be honest. And before Britney, of course, was Madonna. And it goes on like that. The crown is passed, down. Listen, I really do believe that at time when someone is not going through a good time, right? In a moment when someone is not going through a good time, the best thing that they could do is talk to somebody who maybe has gone through similar experiences, who knows what you are going through, because it's just a lot easier, to connect that way. It's just so much easier. Britney Spears has gone through a lot, and we just did a video on Britney Spears like a little bit ago. And Britney Spears, I mean, if you read her memoir, The Woman in Me, which is right here behind these puffballs, you would see all the things she went through with the conservatorship. You see all the things she went through pre-conservatorship. Being a pop star looks fabulous, right? You see the big houses, you see the cars, you see the money, you see all these things. But that's a very lonely life, right? And Britney Spears, if anyone knows what Justin is going through, it's Britney. And I hope that in the celebrity world, people who have gone through the same are calling each other and in full contact. I mean, I hope Britney Spears does call Justin. I hope Justin takes a call, and I hope that they talk about things. And I hope Justin sees that, hey, I'm not alone. And Britney also sees herself, hey, I'm not alone. You know, I don't understand, but I really don't think that a lot of celebrities call one another. You know what I mean? I think it's all about like egos and like, I have to pretend everything is picture perfect, because I think it's all kind of a facade between them. But bitch, if I was going through something that I know somebody was going through and I had contact with them, I would fucking call them up and be like, girl, I'm going through this. You gone through this. What do I do? How do I get to the next step? How do I help myself? How do I get out of this hell I'm living in, right? There's a lot of allegations that Justin is currently allegedly on substances, and that is not allowing him to proceed and is not allowing him to live a normal life. That is the huge allegation that is going on right now. There's also allegations on Britney Spears that she's allegedly on substances as well. And they're actually alleged that they're on the same substance. Britney Spears and Justin Bieber will forever go down in history as one of the biggest acts in history of pop music. And fame, paparazzi, substances, leeches, fake people, traumatic experiences, they will fuck you up in ways that you have all the money in the world, but money is nothing when you have trauma and when you have mental health crisis, okay? And I hope and pray that Justin and Britney are both getting the help that I do believe they need. I think that they both have experienced high traumatic past. Britney Spears with a conservatorship, Justin Bieber with all of these allegations about Diddy and his past and, his mental health and all the crises that he's also been very public about with his physical illnesses, with, his substance issues. I mean, there are so many things that are public, right? And I do hope and pray that these two realize their worth, their talent. I mean, they have been taken to the moon and the stars celebrated, and they both also have been just dragged down to the depths of hell, right? And I think when you live both angles of fame, highs and the lows, I mean, it's a huge fuck up in your mind, right? So if anyone understands, I do think it's Britney. And I think that in a weird way, they could help each other. You know what I mean? Justin has his faith. Britney Spears, she had faith and, doesn't have it anymore because she explains in her memoir that, she says that if there were a God, why did he allow her to go through all this hell? There are a lot of unexplained unanswered questions that Britney might have that, Justin might have some answers and vice versa. The best thing you can do when you're going through something is to reach out to someone. And this is something I'm telling you guys, reach out to someone who might be able to help you. Even just a friendly hello. Sometimes that's all we need to feel better about ourselves. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes when we're going through very dark times, we feel like we are so alone. We don't have anybody, nobody understands us, and that this is only happening to us. But as soon as we open up and as soon as we are able to express our feelings, we then realize, wait a minute, I'm not alone. Wait a minute, this also happens to you, and you. And as soon as you know that you're not alone, the fight becomes a little bit less hard. So I know Britney Spears can probably see a lot of herself in Justin. Of course, their lives are very different. The abuse Britney Spears went through for 13 years in this conservatorship is absolutely very different than Justin. But I think that they could maybe find a way to relate into it. In the highs and the lows, being dragged online, being accused of things, feeling lost, feeling like no one understands you. Justin Bieber sees his wife Hailey, then she has everything picture perfect, as we see on, in public. Hailey Bieber is picture perfect and Justin is not. I would have also, that would be a huge issue because Maybe he can't relate to her. Maybe they can't find, a common ground. So he has to find someone who does. And I think that's Britney Spears. And I think right now Britney could use a friend. I think Britney's incredibly alone right now. I think she's so isolated because she doesn't trust anybody. But maybe if she contacts someone like Justin, who doesn't need anything from her, and they can just have conversations, that would be everything. So what do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments below. Mental health is no joke. It doesn't matter how much money you have. Money does not buy happiness. It buys things. It buys dopamine highs. Do you know what I mean? But other than that, it's not something that you can fall back. Trust me. I mean, I know very, very, very rich people who are literal millionaires, like actual millionaires, and are the most miserable and sad and depressed beings I've ever met. Okay, because they just have had traumas and they've had things that they just can't let go of. And even though they're sitting in their estates, they're still miserable and depressed. So I don't know, best friend. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I hope and pray Britney is reaching out to people, and I hope Justin is as well, especially after that SZA performance. I just don't know what to think. So what do you all think? Let me know in the comments. I love to hear from you all. Today's topics were very serious. We're very about mental health. But I think it's important to also have that type of, communication and conversation, and just to remind all of you out there that you're not alone, that you are worthy of a good life, and you are worthy of happiness. And I hope you remember that. So I love you very much. And I know this next week is going to be very, very beautiful and very blessed for all of us. I love you all, and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah.